First of all, let me introduce myself briefly. Uh, I'm currently a PhD candidate from Shanghai Jiao University, and today my topic is about a two-layer blockchain IPFS information sharing in precast construction from the whole supply chain perspective. And we all know the importance of information sharing in precast construction. Effective information sharing will improve the supply chain coordination among multiple supply chain participants. It will help us make better and precise decision making, and it will increase the efficiency and reduce supply chain costs and improve the overall management performance. And recently, increasing research attention has been paid applying blockchain technology into construction management domain owing to the technical characteristics of blockchain, such as transparency, traceability, and automation, to address some practical issues such as data fraud, data tampering, and information asymmetry. And if we look into the current research efforts on blockchain-based information sharing, we can see three main considerations. The first is about efficiency. And many scholars will utilize smart contracts to automate supply chain activities. And second is about scalability. We all know that blockchain is primarily designed for financial transactions, and it has an inherent incapability of sharing and storing large size data. When we apply blockchain into the engineering practice, how to address the data issues is very important. And the third is about confidentiality, because when we talk to managers in practice, and organizations, they are not willing to share their sensitive data in the blockchain network. And so how to guarantee the data security is very important. And regarding these issues, our research proposed a two-layer information sharing model, integrating blockchain with IPFS and proxy encryption techniques to improve information sharing from the whole supply chain perspective with scalability, efficiency, and confidentiality considerations. As we can see in this figure, the underlying is the infrastructure, which represents the supply chain activities in the precast supply chain. And layer one is designed to enable small size data sharing through invoking smart contract, and layer two is developed to enable large size file exchange. And within each layer, we introduce privacy preserving techniques to ensure the data security, which will be illustrated later. And first about the infrastructure. When we're talking about whole supply chain information sharing, actually, I think we are talking about two things. The first is about we should have multiple stakeholders. We should involve as much as possible stakeholders in our proposed solutions for information sharing. And the second is about the whole supply chain phase. In your proposed solution, you have to enable the whole supply chain activities such as design, collaboration, production, and inventory management, and so on. So in our research, we illustrate the blockchain-based information flow in precast supply chain. And you can see from the figure, the horizontal is a different supply chain phase, and the vertical is a different stakeholders to connect the physical supply chain activities with cyber blockchain-based interactions in the model. And the next one is about the privacy protection in layer one. And in this part, we introduce different information sharing channels to protect information privacy. And the question is why we need different information sharing channel. I think there are two reasons. The first is about we really need it. It has practical needs because it will be time consuming and impractical to get all supply chain participants to for the information sharing endorsement. For instance, in the design phase, you don't need to involve material suppliers or logistics provider to inspect the BIM model, right? This is the first reason. And second is information sharing channel is easy to understand and easy to use, because when we're talking to practitioners in the industry, they think the blockchain technology is too complex and too confusing to use in the practice. And when we're talking about the information channel, they think, yes, I can understand the meanings and the mechanism of information sharing channel. But in our research, the information sharing channel is static. And when we don't consider the dynamic nature of the project and the supply chain, but in our future research, we will take this into considerations. And in layer 2, we introduce proxy re-encryption techniques. And if my memory didn't go wrong, in the last section, Liu Hao have already introduced the mechanism of the proxy re-encryption. So in my presentation, I will focus on why we need to use proxy re-encryption. I think there are three reasons. The first is that we don't need an additional key management system. We don't need a key additional system for generating and distributing keys. We can just use public and private keys in the blockchain network. And second, compared with other access control methods, proxy re-encryption will have efficiency advantages because it shifts the encryption process from users to third parties. And we don't need to trust the third parties. It is kind of complex. In our research, we also develop a prototype system based on Hyperledger Fabric, and also a visualized system based on IPFS. And also we evaluate our proposed system for the network latency on the different data size, because we want to simulate the file exchange in different scenarios. For instance, we simulate 1 MB to 10 MB data size to simulate some such as daily report or the quality reports. And for the 1 GB files, we want to simulate the data exchange such as BIM models. And finally, we invited some managers from the industry to have a semi-structured interviews about our proposed model and the systems, to have a discussion on the advantages, disadvantages, and are you willing to use our proposed system in your following projects? And do you have any suggestions about our proposed model and the system? And based on the semi-structured results and the literature review, we identify the most important factors influencing the blockchain adoption and implementation in the construction industry within the TOE framework, which is a technology, organization, and environment. And in the future, we're also going to introduce how to promote the blockchain adoption in the construction industry. And that's all. Thanks for listening. And this is my email. So if you have any questions, we can take it later.